here with Rachel Mueller, the Girl IQ.
That's right.
Again.
That's right. I enjoyed being here so much, I came back again.
Yeah. The first episode, we kind of basically were covering, let's say, the first 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd like to go into this time, like, basically a little bit of how you went with your content. So, you know, the do-it-yourself space, such an odd area, right? What led you to, hey, let me do a DIY content page?
Honestly, I think when I first was starting out, I was still figuring out, like, my passion and everything, you know? And in regards to DIYs, there's just so many different topics and aspects that you could go into. Like, let's say there's craft DIYs, there's home renovation DIYs, there's car DIYs, and I felt like there was so many options. Me specifically, I went into more so the craft DIYs, and they were just fun little, like, you know, tricks and trinkets and little, you know, design crafts that I make. But doing my DIYs, I'm showing everyone how to do the exact same thing. Like, during the fall time, I do a DIY with, like, a pine cone and make it into something.
You did a pine cone and made it into something? What did you make it into?
For that one, it was Halloween, and you put, like, orange piping around it and basically make, like, a pine cone pumpkin.
A pine cone jack-o'-lantern.
That's right.
Brought to you by the Girl IQ.
And literally, you just walk outside, grab a pine cone, and boom.
Well, like, some of the ones
content.
Yeah, like, some of the ones I've seen, like, I love the one with and I talked to you about the cupcake spraying on the inside of the dishwasher. I thought that was brilliant because I am one of those guys that are like, oh, let me spray it here. And then all of a sudden I got grease all over the countertop.
Exactly. It's like, you know, whenever we spray, there's always residue that goes on the table. And it's like, oh, that's annoying. Oh, look, I missed that. But literally you spray it in your dishwasher and it gets washed with the next load. And it's like, where's the mess? There is no mess.
So there was a documentary on Netflix about, and I'm going somewhere with this, about you are what you eat. And the one thing they had people do was cook with raw chicken. And then they walked around their kitchen afterwards with like a
black light or something?
No, not black light, but they would spray. And wherever there was bacteria, it would show up.
Oh my gosh.
So it was on the garbage drawer pull, it was on the oven, it was on the faucet handle, it was on the counter.
Everywhere.
Right. So it made me think, do you think maybe that would be a great place to work with raw chicken?
Honestly, probably, to be honest. Whenever I deal with raw chicken, I always have gloves. I don't like touching it. It's like slimy and then salmonella, and it's like, no thank you.
Actually, salmonella, even worse, is Campylobacter jejuni, and it's a bacteria. This is the doctor in me coming out.
Yeah.
But it's actually, that's the one that causes most of the food poisoning when people get sick, but they don't have to go to the hospital. Salmonella, whole different story. Awful.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So it's so funny because, you know, after you go through veterinary school and you take an epidemiology class, I'm just blown away that we don't all come out vegetarians.
Really?
And even then, vegetarian stuff is scary because how many food recalls do you see with lettuce and all that stuff?
Recently, eggs. Eggs just got recalled. What was it, from Costco?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So many eggs.
Yeah, and it's scary too because you always see that, oh, Costco recalled blank, and you're like,
I buy blank.
Shit. What's the date?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, check your serial numbers. And you're like, who keeps their carton of eggs? Everyone usually puts the eggs in their little egg holder that comes with the refrigerator.
I keep my carton.
Do you really?
My refrigerator didn't come with that.
Oh, okay. Have you DIY'd with an egg carton yet?
Let
me put you on the spot. If I was going to say, what would you DIY an egg carton for? What would you use it for?
Oh, gosh. Probably something more obvious in regards to maybe like making a little scenery in regards to like Easter, like painting all the like divots and the lumps as like eggs maybe.
So you know what I used my egg carton for?
What?
If you poke little holes on the bottom and you put a little bit of soil in each one, you can grow a seedling.
That's right. Yep.
And so I did that for my Acapulco Gold pot plants.
What? And how are they performing?
They performed great. The first time I ever did it, I was just so excited. They're like, "Hey, buy 10 seeds. Buy 20 seeds, get 10 free." Okay. I got 30 pot plants. All of them grew. All of them are female. I felt like, like I should be part of the cartel.
Oh, my goodness.
And I had all these plants in my backyard. So when you're walking up to our house, you could just smell.
Oh, it was loud.
You could smell it. And my wife was like, "This is embarrassing."
You're like, "Honey, it's roses."
Exactly. No, she knew exactly. If my kids knew what it was, everyone knew what it was. But
anyways, they were all making stops next to the garden.
Right. So when you talk DIY, is it like a little bit of chaos, a little bit of science, a little bit of where am I going to go with this? How do you guide your lane when it comes to a project?
I think it depends on what I want to do, what the goal on the agenda is, and like what's my vision. Is it like, is the thing that I am DIYing is a product that is already made and I'm just making something similar? Or is it something that like doesn't even exist yet? I love trial and error. I love testing. I love figuring things out. And whenever I do figure things out, it's like, oh, crap, that was freaking cool. Let me share that.
So you don't video until it's figured? Because I think behind the scenes of that would be awesome.
That's a series in itself.
Reels, the blooper reels.
I legit have a gallery on my computer, on a folder, of course. Organization is key, and it's all my bloopers. And literally, I like look at the shit, and it's like, oh my gosh, did that really happen? Like, for example, I used to do like visual illusions with different types of items, bigger and smaller.
Yes, you did. Yes, I saw one. Yes, you do.
But for this one, I was doing a video, real or fake, and it was a paper cup and a glass cup that looked exactly the same. And this was such a horrible blooper because it actually hurt so bad. But my goal was like, okay, I'm going to smash the paper cup to show that the real cup is over here. But because I literally flat palmed the cup, the air got trapped and it didn't even smash at all. And it literally like, oh my gosh, I like smacked it. And then I was like, ow, right at the camera. Insert clip.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That would be awesome.
But and you know what? That was funny because I posted both those clips. I love posting my bloopers and like messing up. I posted both of the clips, and I believe the blooper clip did like quadruple the numbers than the actual video.
Well, I think because that leads me to my next question, because I think a lot of people are going with content, they want the wow factor, right? People slow down when they drive by car accidents because they want that wow factor. They want that drama.
Yeah.
Right? That's what sells, right?
Yeah. Nothing goes as planned when you're filming, and it's like you never know when a mess up shot, a blooper shot is going to happen. So whenever I'm testing something, I like always having the camera on because you never know. It was funny, like, just recently I was just saying lines to the camera, but I had a RBG light behind me, but my tripod was kind of weird. La 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 la, talking to the camera, and then as soon as I was done, boom, it just, like, falls, like, freaking into the frame, and I was like, that was just comedic timing.
Well, I got to admit something. I like smut TV. Do you ever watch like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, or Bachelor in Paradise?
I am the biggest fan of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
Oh,
and
you are.
Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise, hands down, the best of the three. I don't care what anyone says.
I love all of them.
Because it's such smut. It is phenomenal. And that's kind of where one of my ideas for one of the sets we have here at the studio came from.
Oh. Which one? Oh. The bar.
The bar.
The bar,
yes.
Yep. Yeah. There you go, Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, that's right.
It's connecting.
But I love the bloopers at the end. Like, especially when in Mexico, when they have those bugs that come and land on them.
Yeah.
Or like they're on in The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, when they're on a farm and like a cow comes up and licks them or something like that. So I think people really, even though not everyone admits it, everyone loves to laugh.
Oh, Yeah, like I live for the blooper shots. It's like, social media is already, people try to be perfect and like in these clips. And like I said on the last video, like I did a shot, it wasn't perfect, but I'm not perfect, so I just uploaded it.
So let me ask you an honest question. When you first started doing the DIY channel, were you going for the wow factor or for the actual use factor?
I was, DIYs was more so, I feel like, in the beginning of my, filming and content career. And I think I was exploring because when I first started content, I did craft DIYs, I did t-shirt DIYs, I did gaming, I did comedy. I did so many different like niches.
Whoa. Comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, hit me up.
Hit you up? Well, if you haven't seen it yet, I used to film content with my twin, and we have something called the Womate series, and I'm an identical twin, and we recreated. Yeah, we recreated situations and scenarios of twins in the womb. And that was so fun and so creative. And we were shooting that, and we were like, you know what? We should give everyone an inside scoop. So how we shot the womb itself, we posted a behind the scenes clip, which ended up going super viral. And literally it's 3 chairs. We have a blanket on the bottom. We have a blanket on the top, and literally books holding on to this blanket. Then we have like a tripod with a ring light so that there's light under the womb area. And people were like, that's the womb? That's the womb. It's so cool and crazy what you could do with just like perspective and playing around with the camera.
See, I would go a step further too. I would have gotten like a big piece of like pink rubber looking thing so it stretches and moves as you guys move.
Like umbilical cords?
No, well, you could do umbilical cords with hoses.
That's what we did.
Okay,
that's what we
but
did.
The womb itself, I would have made like a rubber set. So as you move, it looks like you're moving inside the womb.
Got it.
And God bless your mom, man. It's not easy to have twins. I mean,
twins and 4 kids too.
How long did you guys make it? How many weeks? 28, 30, 32?
We were a month early.
So 36.
Yeah, a month early.
Your mom's a trooper.
She is. She was huge.
Yeah.
She was ginormous. I need to find a photo
Can I go personal?
and show you guys.
Did she have to get a tummy tuck like most of the people that had twins?
I don't think so.
Really? Her abdominal wall didn't get all messed up?
I don't think so.
So she still has a 6-pack?
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
That is awesome.
6-pack with 6 kids.
6-pack with 6 kids. Unbelievable. Wow. Twins, I don't even know how anyone does twins.
I can't even either. Like, we were legit wild and crazy. She's like, you guys gave me a run for my money.
And you're the middle too?
Yeah, we're like in the middle area.
Well, obviously it wasn't crazy enough because they still had kids.
Yeah, there was still more after us.
Right? If she said, you know what, I stopped with you.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, see, I'm an only child, and my parents always tell me that they stop with perfection. And I'm like, yeah.
You're an only child?
I am. Can you tell?
That's crazy.
I hate sharing my shit.
Do you?
Yes. I should do an only child channel.
You should.
Be like...
Just you.
Yeah, it's hard.
No guess.
Now I got to share it with a wife and 3 daughters. It's hard sharing my space.
Oh, I'm sure. You grew up, with having, just you, and now you have a whole entire family.
And my invisible friends I would always introduce to everybody.
Tommy. Johnny.
Wow. So was the womb scene the one that hit it the biggest, or which one hit it the biggest for you? What created Rachel Mueller online?
It definitely was a series of videos, but I feel like the first thing that did start blowing up was the wombmates, because we ended up making probably 20 different videos in that, theme, and literally that whole series has like over 100 million views. Over 100 million. It just went absolutely crazy because A, it was peak of 2020, and B, no one has put this type of content out. And it was actually crazy because we actually, we were the originators, and other twins were actually copying our videos word for word, and we were like, what?
So
and then people would
did
comment.
you trademark it?
Trademark? Not really. I mean, it was a series.
Did you guys ever think of bringing it back? The reunion?
Well, what we did
The
was...
holiday edition?
That'd be fun. We did the Woo Mates, and then we did a series as toddlers. So if we did bring it up, it'd probably be a
Teenagers.
series. Yep.
Oh.
That would be wild.
Oh, my God.
That'd be wild.
The teenager, nowadays especially, right? Because when you were a teenager 10 years ago, it
was different.
It was different.
Yep.
Just think about 10 years ago, you thought, oh, this is awesome. So think of someone like me who's 52 looking at all this technology and where the world is going and how everything is, thinking about where it is. Think about my father-in-law who's 78 years old.
Yep. Literally for one of the holidays, we got my grandpa lives in Utah. We got him an iPad because I live in California, so he could FaceTime us. He grabbed it. Immediately, he was like, nope. But once he learned it, he was FaceTiming us all the time, and he absolutely loved it.
Was it on our last episode, or did I ever tell you how many my father-in-law with his iPad?
No.
Okay, so my brother-in-law was like, oh, let me check this out. Look at the behind-the-scenes stats. First, of course, looking for bad websites that he's been to. There are none. Thank God. But that would have been a very
looking
awkward.
at the search history?
Yeah, that was an awkward conversation that needed to be had now. It was always about Illini football, Bible stuff, and he is just a geek on Ancestry, right?
Oh, wow.
He loves the Ancestry piece. But he's like, oh, let me check out FaceTime. His average daily FaceTime was 11 hours and 37 minutes.
With who?
Just
Everyone?
on his iPad. Just on his iPad.
That is... Oh, like screen time? Oh, my gosh. So he loved it.
Loved it.
That is crazy.
So you should go check out and see what your grandpa's FaceTime or screen time is.
I should. Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
Absolutely. It'll be a conversation starter.
Yeah.
And then also check out his internet searches. But
yeah, search history. See what he's searching up. Probably NASCAR racing, to be honest. That's all he watches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you get him on social media accounts too? Follow like NASCAR or anything like that?
No, he literally... I think he has like one app that he clicks and that's it.
YouTube. Like my father-in-law and YouTube are like
buddies.
Yes.
Besties.
Crazy.
Technology is amazing.
It is. But I made the mistake of telling him, okay, we're going to get rid of cable. We're going to cut the cord.
Oh.
And every time his TV doesn't update, he has to re-log into everything.
Passwords. Well, you're in the same boat. You hate logging into things.
I do. I think
too many passwords, too many
look at my
codes
freaking retinas.
that are not sent to you.
Yeah, look at my retinas. Take my fingerprint. Let's do something that, come on, you can simplify this.
Scan my face.
I mean, if we could launch a freaking rocket up to this International Space Station every other day, we can make passwords a little bit easier.
A little easier.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I also think we should go with online voting for national elections, too.
Give people the opportunity to vote that can't get physically there.
Well, I mean, you can vote. You don't have to show your ID, but I'm not going to get into the political part of this. I don't want to.
Politics.
Yeah, don't. I will get triggered, and we will go off the rails. So, what was your biggest flop in your DIY?
Oh, gosh. Biggest flop? I don't know if there's...
No, not flop views-wise. Like, flop, like, it totally didn't fucking work. Like,
oh.
You said the glass thing, but...
That was a blooper shot.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I'm sure, I can't name one specifically, but I do trial and error. So I'm sure, like I said before, like there's so many different channels online that, you see a video and it's like, doesn't even work. And it's like, oh, I want to try it. So if I saw those videos, I'm like, oh, I want to see, and it doesn't even work. Or like sometimes you don't even get to the testing experiment area because you just look at the video and you're like, yeah, that's total BS, I don't know, but I feel like just in general, probably I've had so many that haven't worked. So many. And like for me, when I post my videos, everything that I do, all my hacks, all my tips, all of them work. Like I don't like going to a channel and like it's all phony and all BS. So that's why I like sharing content that is actually true. And it's like, oh, if you see me oh, I'm wearing a t-shirt and there's a deodorant mark. Well, I take a felt hanger from my closet and, just rub it against my t-shirt and the deodorant mark will go away. I actually just posted that video. And it does. It works great.
I'm very happy to hear you were deodorant, but anyways, that's sometimes, yeah. Because nowadays people don't. They go with the natural because of the whole concern of, cancer.
Aluminum.
Yeah. Like that whole.
Well, I use like native, natural deodorant and stuff.
Well, let me tell you, doing surgery, and as soon as they stop putting, first off, they kind of moved away from silicone gloves.
Really?
Because of the allergic reactions. Oh, and then the second thing is they stopped putting powder on it.
Really? Okay, you know what? Now that you mention it, that makes sense.
Do you know how hard it is to put a glove on? So I
learned, it's so hard.
So I went and bought my own baby powder, but a lot of people are using cornstarch on their hands prior to putting their hands in the gloves.
Oh. Would you prefer cornstarch or baby powder?
Well, both of them will cause horrible reactions if any of them leak into a surgical site.
Oh.
But I'm Mediterranean, so I'm always producing moisture on my body. Mm-hmm. The slightest bit of moisture on a glove that doesn't have baby powder.
Oh, yeah.
And it rips or it becomes a problem. So you just got to make sure you put them on very carefully.
Yeah.
And then I always would have my technicians wash my hands off with sterile saline before I actually went into the surgical suite.
Yeah.
Because
so you were a good doctor.
Yeah. I would make sure I would do things because, when you talk to surgeons, people are always like, oh, he's a hack. If they are a true surgeon or a true doctor, those types of cases will still keep you up at night 25 years later.
Really?
It's still the ruminations in there. You're going over in your head. There are things that totally just go crazy.
Stick in your head.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could go with the DIY. I mean, so your DIYs, are they all original?
I would say it's a mix. I like, I love consuming, content as well. And if I see something that makes me curious or like, does it really work? Is it true or is it fake? Then I like testing it my own.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. So. You can't just believe everything that's on the internet.
Well, where my wife sends me all my recipes now is from TikTok.
Really?
And that pisses me off too because you look at these, they don't tell you. You just kind of look at what they're using because they're so quick.
You have to pause the video.
Right.
TikTok does have really good cooking videos.
They do.
There are some.
Well, the best one I got from her was actually there's two. She found a BLT dip that we did this year at New Year's.
BLT dip? Wow.
Amazing. For all of you people who are on Atkins or keto, she found a pizza dip that the bottom layer is cream cheese. Then you go mozzarella cheese. Then you get the little pepperonis. And then you put marinara sauce on the top. Now, the reason why I say it's a total keto dish because you could do your own, make your own marinara sauce that has like non-sugar additives and zero carbs.
Do you guys have that too? Or just the other one?
We had both of those. Oh. I thought that one was okay. It was kind of hard to get your crackers.
Dip.
Yeah. Because as soon as it started to cool off, the cheese started to get harder.
Yeah.
But no, still very good. But the other great one was a smash burger taco.
Smash burger taco? That sounds amazing. That sounds so good.
Unbelievable.
TikTok's recipes are killing it.
And again, you could, for all you who are on keto or Atkins, you can get the low carb tortilla shells, and then basically inside you have the burger, bacon, cheese, grilled onions, all these things that have no carbs. Yeah, like the keto Atkins thing. I was on keto for so long that I could go back to keto in a second. Never slept better, never had better food in my life. And I do have a very bad sweet tooth. And the funny thing is, every time I did the keto or Atkins, the two things I'd always crave are chips and salsa and fruit.
Fruit? Well, that's a good thing to crave.
It was. It was never candy.
Really?
And I remember when Atkins was huge, they'd always create, if you really got into it, they'd have these Atkins windows where you get an hour a week to eat as many carbs as possible.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's crazy.
honestly, you only do it once. Because if you've been doing 20 to 30 carbs a day for like 2 months, and then you're all like, okay, I get my Atkins window.
You don't crave it anymore, right?
No, that sugar comes out of you in 45 minutes, like lactose intolerance.
Really?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I had an office manager that was doing it with me, and it was my birthday, so someone brought in a homemade carrot cake.
Oh my gosh.
Big mistake, because carrot cake is my jam.
Oh, carbs and sugar.
Correct.
Oh my goodness.
So we both ate it because it was our window. Because
it tasted delicious.
Right. And she just goes running down the hallway, and someone was in there doing their makeup or their hair or something in the bathroom, and she's like, I'd get out of here if I were you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd be like, you need to leave. You need to leave now.
So it was awful.
That's crazy.
It was awful.
I didn't realize how reactive your body would be. But, if you're, cutting all that out.
So I think with your DIY, you need to come up with different things for people who are on different things.
There's so many different, topics and niches and just avenues you could go with it. The world is your oyster. There's so many.
So with your DIY projects, how do you deal with all the naysayers and negatives? You just not read it? Do you ever respond to them? What's the professional way to take care of that? If you are, what you are, super successful at the DIY.
Thank you.
How do you get around the bullshit?
Honestly, it's...
Because you are a perfectionist too. So for all the listeners that don't know, she's very, very OCD with the organization and her perfection.
I love being organized. I love documents,
when someone tries to call you out,
spreadsheets.
So when someone tries to call you out, what do you do about that?
Honestly, I don't do anything, because if they're calling me out or if they're being mean, that means they have an issue going on. It's a them issue and it's not me. And it's like, you could do something and post it online, but it's your way that you're doing it. Someone could do the exact same video and get to the same result, but do it a different way, And that's like everyone's opinion. Everyone has a different opinion, but can get to the same result.
Yeah, that comes back to my wife and I. We both, are veterinarians. And everyone always asks, oh, do you work with your wife? And I'm like, no, because I love my wife. I know. And the reason why I say that, same case, we would go 2 different avenues and both get to the same, but those 2 different avenues would have caused so much strife. So I could just imagine how you could just look at that. Do you ever look at them though and ever take any of it to like, hey, yeah, maybe I should do that next time? Or like, what are some of the greatest negative reviews that you can remember people saying?
Oh gosh, greatest negative reviews. I don't really hold on to that shit.
You don't?
No.
See, and that is such a huge trait in life just to have, because if someone ever said anything bad about my family, my medicine, my friends, or my business sense, then I go postal.
I go postal. Riled up.
Yeah, it's a trigger. Everything else in life, I don't care. You don't like how I drive? Well, fuck, there's 100 ways to drive.
Yeah.
Mine's the best way, but that's okay.
Yeah.
There's so many other things. Like the creatives, I feel usually get inside their head and take that more to heart.
Well, also usually like in videos, it's like not, I feel like for me, it's not like judging like the video itself or like what I'm doing in the video. It's like judging appearance itself, like judging, oh, my hair doesn't look good, or I don't look good in this shirt, or like, oh, your makeup is messed up. It's like people more so attack things that you can't change, or it's like, oh, my hair, or like my weight or something. And it's like, this is me, it's me. I can't change it.
So if someone wants to create some DIY, because the one thing I loved about you is when we first met, you're like, I don't look at other people who do what I do as competition. I look at them as collaborators.
Yeah, they're my allies.
So, if someone wants to do a DIY, what would be your recommendation?
What kind of DIY?
Well, how did you find what you wanted to do?
A lot of experimenting. Definitely in this industry, you need to do something that you're passionate about, because if you just do it because there's virality behind it and there's like numbers around it, that's going to go away. Your passion to do that needs to last in order to stick around. Like, you know, there's been creators, but it's all about relevancy, and it's about, you know, posting and being constantly on top of your content. So I feel like I lost my train of thought.
Well, let me ask you this then, while you're thinking about your train of thought.
Yes.
How do you figure out as a content creator what DIY projects can be correct for your audience? Did you learn your audience pretty quick, or how much time did that take?
Well, you know, some people shape their content on specifically their audience, and I feel like I am lucky because I was like, this is what I want to make, and this is what I'm making. So whether it goes viral or it flops, like when I post a video, no matter what the views are, I'm going to keep it up. I spent time, effort, creative energy into it. I liked the video. If I did not like the video, I wouldn't have posted it. But since I did post it, you know, it may go viral, it may not, but it's going to stay up, you know? It's like I post the content that I want to post.
And let's make something very clear to the listeners. Rough estimate. How many videos have you posted?
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. How many videos have I posted in my lifetime? Oh, gosh. Probably thousands at least.
50,000?
Oh, gosh. I don't know about 50,000.
25,000? 10,000?
That's probably, I don't know, probably between 1 and 10,000. Lots of videos.
How many of them went viral?
Probably a very, very low percentage. Probably a very low percentage, because I feel like the videos that go massively viral, like, get you all the followers, but it's you staying on top of it and consistency and consistently posting that keeps the followers.
So
not all videos will go viral. No way. And it depends on the platform too. Like, correct. I posted literally a video, a bra hack, basically wearing a dress.
Right, and you put it over each side of, I saw that
put
one.
It over your neck.
Yeah.
And you're wearing like a bra, a dress that, you know, is around the neck and like cuts inwards. And doing this hack, literally on TikTok, I think it got less than 1,000 views. On Instagram, it got 20 million views. So it's like literally what I always preach.
Is it because they have different algorithms?
Every platform has a different algorithm. Yeah. What I preach is if I make a piece of content, it's going on Facebook, it's going on Instagram, it's going on YouTube, it's going on X, it's going on Threads, it's going on TikTok, it's going on Pinterest, and it's going on LinkedIn.
You forgot Snapchat.
And Snapchat. I love Snapchat. Love you, Snapchat.
Wow, that's
I love
crazy.
Snapchat.
So, yeah, there's no rhyme or reason.
You make the content. If you make it, why only post it on one platform? Post it everywhere. You never know where it's going to hit.
Well, there's different audiences, do you believe, on each platform?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely different audiences. Yeah.
So I would say the way I look at it, and I mean, you know, for me, I'm not really this tech geek, but I kind of look at it in my head, YouTube is for the older generation.
Oh my gosh.
Like my father-in-law, because that was the first one out.
That's YouTube is an OG, and I feel like it's going to stick around for a long time. You know, you have long form, you have short form, you have feed posts, you have live streaming.
Google, well, you know, we'll look at this in 10 years and laugh, but they're under the Google umbrella. I think they're okay.
I love YouTube. YouTube's great.
So do I.
YouTube's great.
YouTube has everything. Like, you know, like...
Yeah, there's so much.
How do I change this on my car? And you could find not only 20 videos in English, but it's in Spanish, Arabic, French. You know, you can find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Facebook, then old OG.
I feel like Facebook... Yeah, is you know, it's an older OG, and I would say it does have a older demographic, but they are on top of it when it comes to like reels, and like they are one of the innovators, and they're like, oh, okay, like, you know, Facebook was 3 minutes was long form. Now, you know, in the last couple of years, oh, we're doing short form, and we're pushing that out. So,
but you think they
they're
merged
still
that
in the
from
game.
Insta?
Well, it's same.
Well, do you think they're beating each other up when it comes to that?
I think they're two buddies holding hands, jumping across the street, you know, skipping around.
You know, because that's the one thing, me with my business sense, I'm like thinking like, what is the secret sauce? Like if you do have a Facebook, Instagram, what is the secret sauce of each? And that's kind of where you'd want to hit. Like, well, you know, what works well on Facebook versus what works well on Instagram. Do you think you have that yet? Are you still working on that?
For me personally, I like uploading the original piece of content on that platform itself. But, you know, Instagram does have cross-posting. So if I upload a reel onto Instagram, I could put that video, you know, it could go onto my Facebook. And now it could go onto my threads. So it's like, oh, I upload it once and then it goes on to 3 different platforms. So that's nice. Especially when I'm posting on 8 different platforms a day.
So for the listeners out there, if they want to break into the DIY, what is a couple pieces of advice you would give them?
Oh, gosh. Well, if you say it like that, if you want to break into the DIY, I'd say if you want to break into content in general, make sure it's something you're passionate about, because burnout is real. And if you don't absolutely love what you are doing and the content that you are sharing, it's not going to last very long. That's my number one. Make sure your goal is your own. Like, make sure it's for your own agenda and not because you see everyone else like doing it and you just want to hop on a bandwagon and try to make a quick buck. Like, follow your passion, and you know.
It would be interesting because, you know, obviously I'm studying a lot on burnout. I know.
You know a lot about burnout.
Yeah, exactly. So on the professional side, it's from emotional exhaustion, right? I wonder if it's more in the content creation, more from a lack of self-worth, because that's one of the components of burnout. I wonder if you get to the point where you're like, I'm really not helping anybody.
Well, discouragement really, discouragement really stops people.
You mean like cyberbullying,
Well, no, discouragement in views. Well, that too. You can't avoid that. But discouragement in views. When you are starting, I was working with someone in finance, and they were making finance videos. And me personally, like, I was helping them out, like reviewing the content. I was like, this is informational. This is educational. I absolutely love it. But they were doing it, and because they didn't receive the views that they wanted, they ended up stopping. But honestly, if they kept it up, and it'd be probably like 2 years now, they probably would be in a really good spot.
Oh, wow. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, actually. If you were to look at me and you're like, hey, Dr. G, we need to start a DIY page for you, what would you recommend?
Probably, well, there's so many different aspects to you, you know? There's like your
Are you saying I'm a complicated man?
You have a lot of hats that you wear. You do so much.
I do.
You have a lot of hats that you wear.
I wear too many hats.
And you know what? Sometimes people are like, when people start out, some people stick in one lane, one category. And that's fine, but you're also pigeonholed. And it's like, what if you want to do more? What if you want to be creative one day? So when, if you were to start, I'd say, write down your 5 like favorite categories and interests that you have, and, make content on each one, review it, whatever you're feeling more pulled to or like is the most relatable, then focus on that.
For someone who's an overachiever, do you think it's possible for them to hit 5 really hard?
If you're an overachiever, yeah, definitely. I mean, like, for me in general, it's like I have reviews, I have hacks, and then I have, like, tips and, like, education. So they're all in the same general vicinity, but they're all different styles of videos.
Now, if everyone would go check out her page, the Girl IQ, she has one on there that I just saw.
Which one?
The one with the cans. And it's more of a...
use your
brain. No. Use your brain. Like, you can't see what cans are underneath, what soda cans are underneath, and you're trying to line them up on top.
The game.
And someone's on the back telling you how many you have right and how many you don't have right.
Yep.
It took 4 of you to get working together. Or 3 of you? 4 of you?
There's 3 of us, yeah.
3 of you working together to get it down.
You don't even see anything, you know? You don't see anything. So you have to remember the patterns that are being presented.
1 right, 2 right, 3 right. Yeah,
it's actually more challenging than you would expect.
No, yeah. Well, it's you know what it reminded me of? The Price is Right.
Oh my gosh, I love The Price is Right.
But it did because, right, you're looking at the numbers you got to put up, and you hit a button, and they're like, oh, you got 3 right.
Yep.
And there's like 6 of them up there, and you got to figure out which 3 you got right.
Yep.
And they usually give you 3 chances.
Yep.
And you go move some, and then all of a sudden you're like, boom, now you only have 1 right, and you're like,
which one is it?
First, you got to remember which ones did I switch.
Yep. How many were right? Which ones did I switch?
And which one is the fucking car?
Yeah. Yeah. Which one is the car?
Well, a little DIY thing about The Price is Right, and I'm sure a lot of people know this, but you know, people go on there and they win $180,000 in prizes. Mm-hmm. Do you know what happens as you leave?
Oh gosh.
You get a tax bill for $180,000 of income that needs to be paid ASAP.
What? I didn't know that. I knew that you had to pay taxes on.
If you go on there and win a G-Wagon, you got to pay taxes on a $285 because they like MSRP.
Immediately?
MSRP on this car is, let's say, $300,000. You got to pay sales tax on $300,000. Taxes on $300,000 of income.
Is that immediately?
Oh, they give you maybe a month.
Yeah.
Or else then
some people that win can't even afford that, like to pay those fees, those taxes.
Exactly. See, with my luck, I'd go on there and win a broom.
Or what was it? Let's Make a Deal. You'd get zonked.
Oh, yeah.
You get the fans.
Yeah. Or that one that was like no whammies, big bucks.
Which one?
Oh, I forgot which one that was. That was my favorite game show growing up. I like The Price is Right a little bit. I love Deal or No Deal.
Oh, Deal or No Deal. Yep. That one's fun.
That was game theory. That's based on game theory.
Is it?
Yeah. That was awesome. There's a lot of cool things out there. But I thought, honestly, that game you came up with, I was like, this is something that maybe Rachel should do more of.
I actually have a bunch of video clips doing that. I probably have I was like, hey, so there was 3 girls in that video, me and 2 other friends. And that was actually a collaboration day where we were just doing games and challenges. And literally I ended up...
Were the other 2 with you influencers as well? Or just friends?
It's like some of them are influencers, some are friends.
Okay.
But it's everyone that wants to have a good time. It's like, hey, you want to come and shoot content? And it's like, yeah, sure. But that day it was like, let's say about 8 people, and we were just switching people. Okay, 3 different people, me plus 2 other people, then we switch, and it's like try to maximize content with the same game. And it's funny because that particular game, the video that you saw, finished really quickly, but also in another clip, there was a video that lasted like 7 minutes long because we could not figure it out.
Really?
Yeah, so
you guys are like, you're like, okay, we did this game 13 times. The one that ended the quickest is the one we're going to put up so we look smart.
I actually
That's what you did.
I actually posted all of them.
Did you really?
I did, except the last one, the 7-minute one, it was just like way too long, and I was like, it was too confusing, so I didn't post that one, but they're all between, like 30 to under 2 minutes. So
when you're looking at your DIY community, how did your followers shape where your channels have gone?
I feel like
Or did you stay true to yourself?
Well, honestly, I feel like with every different like niche that I went into, you'll gain followers. Like my first virality was with the Woo Mates, and then my second was with there was something called, because I told you I did so many different categories, and one of them was like pranks. And one of my public...
Whoa, pranks?
I used to do pranks, yeah.
Do you have any of that film?
Actually, it's on Pluto TV. There's something called Prank Academy. I was the host on the first season.
You were?
Yeah. So I used to always do a bunch of pranks.
Oh, my God. I love practical jokes.
Oh, and practical jokers?
Well, just pranks, practical jokes. Like, scaring the shit out of people is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. It's fun. So
just so you know, over the Christmas holiday, I put a fake spider under my daughter's pillow.
Did
she's
see
definitely
it?
afraid. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
You're so mean.
Well, it's family time, the greatest time of the year. No, it's just the way of me getting back a little bit of revenge without being a total
You're
ass.
like,
yeah.
This is because you gave me a headache.
Poke the bear every now and then, because you got to. You got to poke the bear every now and then.
He's like, I want to stir up the pot.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Oh, my goodness. But, so I ended up doing a viral series called Airdropping Random Strangers, Random Requests. And, like, my first video I ended up putting out doing that, I think ended up getting, like, maybe, like, 7 or, like, 8, 9 million views. And that brought in so many followers. And I'm like, okay, well, if you have a viral video, what do? You recreate it, make something similar, stay on the same thing. And then I did it again, and it went viral. And I did it again, and it went viral. And that was that series. And then my more recent series is just all my life hacks, and like how you saw like the fashion dress bra hack.
Correct.
That is the one that got 20 million views.
Yeah. Also the migraine headache ice pack thing that you had.
Gosh, I get headaches all the time. I get headaches like literally every day. Me and my sister, our whole entire life growing up, we always get headaches.
Do you wear sunglasses all the time when you go outside?
I do not. I probably should.
That's the easiest thing.
Yeah.
And not the cutesy sunglasses that the girls like to wear.
No, the ones that actually protect your eyes.
Yeah, the ones that actually kind of wrap around.
So, I was seeing an eye doctor because just my headaches, my whole entire life, migraines run in my family. So if we get a headache, 100%, if we don't treat it, it'll turn into a migraine, which is crazy, and it's the worst.
It's the worst.
It's the absolute worst.
People don't understand.
It's so much pain.
Until you have one,
it's
you
so
don't
much
understand.
pain. Yeah.
But it's so much pain. It's like nauseate. You get nauseous.
Yeah, you get nauseous.
It totally handicaps you.
Oh, you're out. You're down for the count. Like if I have a headache, there's like 5 lights all around me. Oh my gosh, I would not be sitting in this chair. I'd probably be vomiting right now. It's extreme. Like you can't see light. You don't want to open your eyes.
Nope.
Even sound or tone or anything, humming, vibrations.
Even when people touch you.
Yeah, you're just sensitive. You're just like, get away from me. I just need to cover my eyes, my ears, stay in bed, blackout curtains. Take Advil too. That's my favorite. Take medicine and like try to knock it out.
Have you tried? Because we live in California, it's legal. Have you tried CBD capsules?
No. I mean, I've tried CBD before, but it didn't really take any migraine or headache away.
Yeah. Well, that's another. Well, I'll have you on for another conversation about migraines and all that stuff for sure.
We should.
Yeah, there's people in my family that are affected daily by migraines.
Question.
Yes.
What color are their eyes?
Same as yours.
Okay. I was going to say, because...
She wears the cutesy sunglasses. She does not go outside all the time and put those sunglasses on that are polarized, UV protected, and wrap around because they don't look cute.
So if you have lighter color eyes, you are more prone to headaches because your eyes attract more sun. My doctor said people with brown eyes, it's like they're wearing sunglasses. So they're bound to get less headaches than people with lighter eyes.
And do you know what else lighter eyes are prone to as well?
What?
Cataracts.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. That's why you want to wear sunglasses so you don't get cataracts.
You got to wear sunglasses. You got to wear sunblock.
Yeah.
Protect yourself.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. I mean, you should do a DIY on explaining what SPF means to people.
Oh, gosh.
They don't know. SPF 15 means you need to put it on every 15 minutes. Pretty soon we're going to get to the point where we just have to walk around in aluminum foil
when
we go to the beach.
Oh gosh, wrap it around our heads.
Yeah,
Are we gonna be talking to the aliens?
Hey, is that a ball joke?
No,
Oh, don't even
that's
go
an alien
there.
joke.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's an alien joke.
I thought you were going off of my hair.
Signs.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give this opportunity. What would you like to say to all your followers, if right now on this platform?
Thank you so much for watching me. I literally love creating this content, and your guys' engagement and support fuels me and lets me, give back to you guys, which is sharing awesome, fun information and videos with you guys. So literally, without you, I wouldn't be here. I appreciate it.
Do you need a tissue?
I do. Round 2, I need another tissue.
No,
really.
I think it's, I think it's absolutely amazing what you've done with the Girl IQ. I think it's absolutely amazing that you went to Cal State Fullerton and you knew right off the bat, you went with your gut. You thought social media is where it's going to be. You're like, I got to take these classes. I got to learn this.
I didn't know it. It wasn't
It was a
big.
gut instinct.
Yeah, it was a gut instinct. It was like, you know what? I think the internet is going to be something big 6 years from now. And I jumped into it, and it was the best decision that I could do. The best one.
I could have told you back in 1995 when the internet really was coming around that it was going to be big. But
that's when I was born.
But the thing is, like, with social media, you nailed it on your head. I mean, that comes down to making your content. I think one of the take-home messages is go with your gut. What do you believe?
Yeah.
What do you truly believe is going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's very important. So, well, Rachel, I want to thank you again for being here today.
Thank you for having me on Truth on Tilt.
Oh, absolutely. We love it here at Pacific Lens Studios.
Luckily, we didn't get on Tilt.
No,
Not
we
in this
didn't.
episode.
No, we almost went politics, and that would have done it. But
we didn't.
We didn't. But I absolutely want to say thank you to all the listeners. Thank you, Rachel, for being here. I hope to have you back again.
Oh, I'll be back.
I hope to keep informing the listeners that, just because you make one video, 10 videos, 100 videos, 1,000 videos, there's no guarantee that they're going to go viral and hit it big.
Yep.
But don't stop doing what you're doing.
Because it only takes one.
It only takes one. But keep grinding. Keep grinding. Put them on all the platforms.
Yep.
Find where your passion is. Go with it. Because the viewers will see if you truly love what you're doing.
Yep.
Because if they see that it's painful for you to do, it's going to be awful.
Yeah. Then they'll know that you're not being real and authentic.
Yeah.
You need to love what you're doing.
Yeah. In life in general, too.
In life.
That's my dad moment for you.
In life.
The one thing we always want for our kids is for them to be successful, but more importantly, love what they're doing.
Yes.
Because life will go by quicker.
Yep.
Last question I have. Does it feel like you have a job?
I have all the free time in the world, but also I'm the most busiest person ever. So.
That's because of your OCD. And I'll leave it at that.
I like being productive.
I'll leave it at that. We'll see you all next time. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Thank you.